I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah.
So
So
is that you said the system has anxiety, did you say?
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So they have anxiety or yeah, major I would say major fear within themselves. So
Mm.
these category of people, they are afraid because vibration is very much like it's a drop down, like a rebirthing.
Mm.
So people can have all kind of image, all kind of memories of the past. This may come up and people panic with this, especially with the ear and the eyes closed.
Right. Yes.
The
So
ear and the
they are
eyes.
they
Yeah.
just don't know how to I guess how to deal with them, and because nowadays people they kind of have a fancy idea before they come to the singing bowl
Yeah.
session. So
Yeah.
because of all the advertising and all that, so they thought that, oh, I'm supposed to enjoy my experience and things like that. So
Yeah.
that
You
was
see, I
wrong.
mean, it's very normal. Like example, if you take any kind of drug or you go toward any kind of music with the different types of mood. Like if you are emotional category, you may be going deeper toward that emotion. And if you are joyful, you go toward that direction. It's very much like that as well. But I would really recommend, if you are working with people who are sensitive, first to have a little consultation before you start the treatment. And if they have any kind of uneasiness within them, you have to start using speech therapy. Like example, take deep breathing, relax. What are you feeling right now? You are free to talk. you know like example, people say I'm afraid. You can say, okay, what are you afraid? What are you seeing? And
Mm.
it's okay, just let it go, keep deep breathing. So you, because when it is silence, Mona, sometimes people panic because they don't know what's going on. So they have tendency to open their eyes, and they're afraid to close it because it's like a falls. They are kind of falling. So
Mm.
they are afraid of that. So but if you guide them with speaking or speech therapy, that could be a good one for this category of people.
Do you mean before the session or during the therapy?
If before the session, then you also know how sensitive they are,
Mhm.
and then you can already program that when they having any kind of panic attack, you can guide them, or you can tell them that you are very welcome to speak during the treatment. Whatever you are sensing, just speak to me, and
Mm.
I will guide you to feel easier with the treatment.
That's actually a very common question, saying the I because quite a number of my students, they are practicing with the free bowls on the head, the level one.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they, because I guess because of all this expectation of customers, and also that everybody think they will have a beautiful experience, and suddenly, in particular, the way we practice, that we
Yeah.
we shock them. And it has really been, I have difficulty. I must say, I've tried to say, tell them what you tell me, that they
Mhm.
need the shocks. But
Yeah.
I was thinking that maybe it's good to ask you again, and then I can record that, and so that I can tell them, because they say, should we tell the clients beforehand because they feel bad?
You see, what happened is that if they prepare for the heat of the Kundalini ball that's going downward, it's the impact is not the same. So when you play the after playing male, female, and then when you play the Kundalini 3 times, the first heat usually they will do this,
Yes,
like, and
yes.
then but the second shot they are more calmer. Third shot usually they don't react.
But
If
you
if
see, the therapists are scared. The therapists, the the therapists, because I think it's not the treatment is not good. It's the therapists, they are unsure themselves. They are not confident to do that.
yeah, why? It's because they panic when the client jump.
They because some clients, very few, I must say that I practiced like 100 times.
Yeah,
I did not receive a major complaint, but I have received feedback from clients who lay down saying they didn't like that, they feel the shock. So sometimes as a therapist, they feel pressure when
yeah,
they receive comment, because as I said, especially nowadays, all these advertisement on
yeah.
Facebook, on Instagram, they promote this peace and calm, no one that they will have a shock. So a lot of my students, they are very unsure. So actually the way I have not been really also I personally cannot be very confident too when I tell them, even though I try myself, I tell them, I basically tell them my experience so that they are not worried. But in terms of, energetically, what's happening, that's why I want to clarify.
It's like it's like when you, because the Kundalini line, it's a energy that grounds through the all the chakras of the central line. So sometime when we get a kind of a shock, we push everything down. That's called fear. So fear is another way of releasing. But what you can tell your student, they can start probably the first one soft.
Mm,
First one soft, second one little harder, and third one go hard.
yes.
Okay, maybe check this particular way. Instead of starting hard,
Mm.
maybe go soft so that the client is get prepared, and the second one little louder, and the third one louder. See this one how it works.
I have tried that. I must say I still enjoy shocking the clients. but
Yeah,
it just, I think, in social terms, like as a therapist, so
yeah,
as you have, I think very few teachers, they would say that sometimes we have to do something different.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You see, Min, obviously you have to understand that everybody's nowadays is in a comfort zone. You see, they all want to be pat and sweet and gentle, but they don't realize that their problem they've been carrying for past 20 years by the petting, they never changed it because they are still sick, you know.
Mm,
So sometimes you need a little kick, into the energetic system, you need a strong flow of energy. But the world nowadays is just, they want everything. They say, okay, we suffered enough. Now we want love and sweets. But what they don't realize is that by getting that love and sweetness, you are not going to clear your internal system. It's like, you have a cloth that is very dirty. You can go very soft and imagine that the dirt will go off. Sometimes you just have to smash your clothes, and rub it as strong as you can to
mm,
get the stain out. So
mm. Oh,
cold is
oh.
coming in. Yeah.
I
So yeah,
Yeah,
yes, ma'am.
understand. So I guess maybe recently we get more client, especially with what happened last 2 years. We get more clients, more before they come in and relax, but because clients becomes more sensitive
Mhm.
maybe because of the experience of last 2 years. So
Right.
more of my students, they have come across people, people like this that may
Mhm.
not be able to they feel, people think they can somehow, they have this thinking of they can get fixed in one session.
Yeah, they can't.
Yeah, so I guess it's kind of I want to encourage them continue, do 3 times. And I don't know what else I can do to strengthen the confidence. Because when you first time give singing bowls, or when you come across these clients that are very sensitive, they may not even say I like it, or I know we shouldn't expect people to come back to say I like it, thank you very much, but people do that sometimes, that we
You
kind of
see,
yeah.
Mona, the thing is that you see, in a human body, singing bowl is one piece of the puzzle. The other puzzle is ancient healing or shamanic healing, and the other piece of puzzle is massage and body touch.
Mm,
And the other part is consultation to be able to understand the client. So, it doesn't mean that the singing bowl will match for everybody. Maybe you may need to start with a consultation, maybe then you may need to start with a massage, or maybe you need to start with the energetic work, then slowly come towards singing bowl. So it doesn't mean that energy will work for all the 100 client, or the singing bowl will work for all the 100 client. You
mm,
will have 40% maybe like it and it was matching, but 60% they maybe out of 60%, 20% is energetic first, maybe
mm,
10% is massage, so maybe 20% is consultation. So you really need to know who match with singing bowl, because singing bowl is very deep, Mona. It's like you are taking ayahuasca. You take directly the hardest drug. So you may have to find out what you need to give. So that's why we say student who learn singing bowl, they must also have access toward other techniques, because we don't know what tool going to be used on the client.
mm,
So I think it's good to teach them the ancient healing. I think it's good to teach them some maybe cleansing examples. Some people need cleansing. Some people need grounding. You need to maybe guide the client toward grounding. Maybe some are for meditation or breathing.
mm,
And then combined with singing bowls. Some people receive singing bowl, they can't even sleep whole day and night because they get high frequency.
mm,
Some people go a little bit mental, because they don't understand, it's too high. Some people feel so drained, no energy, feeling very lonely.
mm,
So you have to understand each individual have a different way of reacting, and the therapist have to be ready with all the knowledge to be able to guide the client. Like, I would not jump with singing bowl in the beginning. I would always have a consultation and find out exactly the problem of the client. So maybe the client say, Rahul, I have a grief. I have a lot of past grief. I have difficulties. Say, okay, then I may get to understand that mentally this person is not stable, or this person is depressed. So a person in depressed, you're not going to put it in a washing machine right away. you know you're
mm,
going to start with probably with laying hand, maybe a healing session. Maybe after the healing session is a consultation. That means, how do you feel?
mm,
Then after that, probably you want to put the female ball above the head and play from behind and allow them to chant the om.
mm,
Then they feel the vibration much better. Then you probably want to play the male ball round the body and up and down, and ask how they feel. They say, wow, it feels good.
mm,
Then you're going to play the first set of the ear. So there are things that you have to slowly build up your clients. So even when the student learn singing bowl, I think you should add singing bowl plus healing. So you should do that together. So they have first day of introduction of singing bowl and the energy. Then from there, you have half day about energy, half day about singing bowl. So where your student understand how to cooperate with these two, because otherwise your student will take the singing bowl and they will just keep on hammering, but they have
yes,
no
yes.
clue of the client who is down.
I That's why I made like kind of simplify the massage uh to give them able to kind of settle the client before the singing bowl. But yes, I think I would that actually very nicely to bring out my second question is
Yeah,
like what's next, what seems to be better. I feel after hearing what you say, I remember the time when I was in Nepal and India in particular, that I was there helping you to put just put hands.
yeah,
So
yeah,
basically, the healing is just lay our hands on the person body to do the energy balancing, and and
exactly.
And that, I believe when you say Asian healing is that, so if we don't know how to select which part of, which hand where, we just do the whole front and back Asian healing to balance the person first, and then we do, then I think, that was what I want to ask.
I think it's very nice when you have a client. I think it's the most beautiful way to start is a consultation. 10 minutes of consultation. After 10 minutes of consultation, I think 10 to 15 minutes of grounding, teaching them how to ground themselves. I think after that, probably playing one or two parts of singing bowl, and with a little bit of laying hand on the first day, and then ask them how they feel with that, how do they like the sound, how do they enjoy it, and then they say, no, I like it, or the sound was too strong for me. So you already know what to do on the second treatment.
Okay.
And especially when people are, the Asians have very much, so if you look at Westerners, they love this technique. In Asia, you see, for us, it's just a bell, just a bell ringing round in our ear. So they feel strange about it, because we are from the Asian mentality. But the Western mentality is very different. If you try with some foreigners client and a Chinese or Indian or Nepali client, they have a complete different opinion about it. Even with the energy, even with the energy or massage, they have a strange. But if you do a consultation and you're able to diagnose them, then they love that,
I see. Yeah, yes, we can choose after like 10 minutes, we can choose like one of our techniques to give, right?
I think it's very good. I think it's good to start soft, and because you have 3 treatments, and then because if you have a doubt with a client, then you know exactly how to prepare, because that's where the therapy really comes in. Where you are able to analyze your client that is coming in, what exactly you need to do to make these clients feel good, or to make these clients trust you.
I see. Oh, that actually reminds me that those people who may have, who have complained about the ball in the center, those are mostly in the group. So with all the balls, like few people lay down, so that may be not enough individual attention to each.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, again, like I say, people love, when you complain, you also get attention. Don't forget that, huh? So that means, say, oh yeah, I don't like that sound. So you get all the attention from everybody, So you also need to watch the one who complain most of the time. This is the person who is a challenger for you. The people who doesn't complain, these are people who observe and they listen to you more. But the one who complain, this is a challenger. This is a troublemakers.
Okay. Great. So, we actually trying, I hope you remember, we trying to arrange like a Zoom class for you to meet some Hong Kong singing book students. I wonder if you have time this month in Nepal. So maybe we can do Asian healing.
Yeah, we could. I need to find out because I'm really busy with Brandur.
Yeah.
So I just need to find the timing so that we are. Yeah, you just send me a date, a time, and then I will try to see if it match with us.
Sure. Oh, I will do the best to match your schedule. It's great
Yeah,
that you bring. So, Bandu is with you all the time, traveling. He will be
yeah.
traveling in the next in
He,
January,
I
February.
have a I have a world tour. He have to travel because that's the agreement I
Ah,
had with him, that he have to travel with me. So that's the main point, because if he want me to make him walk, he have to stay 24 hours a day with me. And it's a present for Brandur, and it's something that we offered him. And I think it's nice, because we help a lot of people. I think it's to help a young man to recover him back into his feet, because at least he have 20-30 years of his life remaining. That's the main point of mine, but he's a little bit lazy.
That's very interesting. You have mentioned not a couple times that you mainly work physical with him, not much energetic.
Now, because you see what happened for past 15 years, his bone, the fascia and the muscles have separated. So because
I heard you saying that.
there's only the bone remaining. So what we are doing now, connecting the muscles with the fascia that joins into the bone. So his now muscles are very solid. So he have no energetic problem. But now the problem is that he's using his lungs only 20%. So that means whenever he stand, his breath is blocked. So he can't hold his body. So now we are trying to recover his lungs for 100%, that he can use the breathing and the oxygen proper into the cells, so that he can balance his body. Like if you stand and you just surrender your breathing, you collapse.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
So this is what's happening with him right now. So we are going full on, but he's a little lazy. He always have excuse.
He's smart. I think it's somehow, some way I find he has strong strength in him that is very amazing. What he had experienced, and he still has this fire.
Yeah, what has happened for past 15 years, because he lost his physical body, what he did was to develop his brain. So kind of he decided that himself that the remaining of his life he going to be in a wheelchair. So what he did, he masterminded his own mind. Okay, so now to change that mastermind into the physical body, that is a challenge for us, because he had surrendered, he had forgotten, he had forgotten his physical body, and he start living only in the mind. So we need to now connect the mind and the body together.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
That makes
so that's what we are really going for it.
Okay. Thank you, Rahul. So
You're welcome.
Actually two Hong Kong students are here. We'll carry on, and thank you for your sharing.
Yeah.
And I will be in touch.
Are you now on a Zoom with other students?
Yeah, there's two there, but they have not shown themselves. So this question I've asked you is what we have, because we have these meetings from time to time. So so that I can get question from them. So I try to answer some, and some I managed to clarify with you today, and I recorded. So I will share that with them.
All right. So take care, Mona. And if you have a nice group, just let me know. I can fly into Hong Kong.
Please do. Thank you.
Right.
I'll talk to you later.
See you then, Mona. Bye.
See you.
Bye. Bye.
So anybody here?
Hello，喺度啊，
係咪啊？
喺度，有聽。
我見你哋冇反應，咁就算啦。我等望下個 chat，咦，你哋冇人問嘢，咁就算啦。我 share 翻頭先佢較早時嘅，上面應該聽咗90%噶啦，應該你 log in 嘅時候啱啱開始啫嘛。係咪
？OK。
我話宣我冇乜留意，我應該都係問翻嗰啲嘢啦，我記得係咪？
係。我聽到佢開始就係我入嚟，佢就你應該係問擘大眼嗰樣嘢咯。
係啦。OK。咁好啦，咁我 share 翻俾大家啦。OK。
好啊 ，Thank you。
Annika 冇問題啊。
我入嚟嘅時候就聽到佢話好似聲音波，好似洗頭水，係咪啊？
好似我洗頭，係，因為佢好似 is a high dose of energy。
OK。
好啊，再聽翻。
好啊，
唔係，但係好有用啊！頭先佢講嗰啲嘢，即係好 make sense 咯，
梗係啦，
係啊，
好啦
，OK，好啦，thank you，OK，
好啦，
拜
拜。
好，拜拜。
拜。